James's father, a man of power and coldness, entered the house of Diep. He looked around, cannot hide contempt, when looking at her simple house. After a moment of silence, he spoke in a bitter voice. "Girl, your family is poor, not worthy of James. Both are into completely different worlds. She must understand that love will not last long. I advise you to stay away from James, for her future would never be tied to a family like ours." Diep sat quietly. Tears cannot be held back, fall drop by drop. Father James' words came as a heavy shock, made her feel her heart broken. She loved James with all her heart, but now it was his father who advised her to give up that love. Evening until everything is quiet. Diep sat alone in the corner of the room, heavy-hearted. Her tears kept falling. She wondered why true love is not enough to overcome all such barriers. There has never been anyone like James. Treat her well and take care of her with all sincerity. But now that love is threatened by social prejudice by James's own father, she sighed softly, feeling tired. Don't know what to do next. The evening when James came to Diep's house, he did not expect to see her sitting alone. Tears still not dry. Her eyes were red. Gaunt face seemed to have been crying for a long time. He walked over and said nothing, just sat quietly beside her. Hold her hand. Diep looked at him with teary eyes. Let's break up. Each person will go on their own path. Listen to her sob. Not because of tongue or anyone else, but because I have my own reasons. I can't go on like this. It is impossible to live in a world that we cannot integrate. James heard those words and his heart felt like it was being squeezed. I can't believe that. My love has to end like this. Tears began to fall. Tears that I never shed. For who else but Diep? He held her hand tightly. Don't want to let go, but knew she wanted to let go of him. Don't do that. Diep choked up and said, let me love you. I can't lose you. I am ready to do everything to protect this love. But Diep just looked at him with sad eyes. Maybe love is not everything. Sometimes we have to face reality, no matter how painful. James cried a lot. I don't want to believe that. Our love will end like this, but there is nothing left to hold on to. James could not accept this fact. He held Diep's hand tightly. Red eyes looked at her as if searching for a ray of hope. But what you get in return? Just her silence and her sorrowful eyes. Diep, tell me, do you not love me anymore? Hoarse, trembling voice. Diep bit her lip. Her heart was broken. When seeing the man you love is in extreme pain. But she couldn't tell the truth. She couldn't let James know that. The real reason is not just the gap between rich and poor, but also because she wanted to protect him from the pressures that his family put up. She bowed her head, not daring to look into his eyes. Don't ask anymore. We cannot go on. Be quiet, I don't know what to say anymore. His heart felt like someone was squeezing it. Finally, he let go of her hand and stepped back. His eyes blurred with tears. I understand, James said softly. His voice was caught in his throat. If this is what you want, I will respect it. James said, then turned and walked away. His lonely back in the cold night. tears rolling down my face. First time in life, James felt completely helpless. When James left, Diep could not hold back any longer. She hugged her face and burst into tears. She wanted to run to hug him, told him she didn't want to break up, how much she loved him. But then, his father's words echoed in her mind. She is not worthy of the game. She is just a poor girl with no future. Don't get in my son's way. Those words were like a knife cutting into her heart. She knew James would be willing to fight the world for her. But she didn't want him to have to fight with his own family. Don't want him to get hurt because of her. She can only choose to leave, no matter how painful. That night James drank alone. Memories of Diep kept appearing in his mind. From her smile and eyes to the times she gently took care of him. He couldn't accept the fact that she had left him. In a drunken, stumbling night, go to Diep's house. He knocked on the door, his voice lost. Diep opened the door. I said goodbye, but can I really forget you? Inside, Diep sat huddled in the corner of the room. Her hand clutched her left chest where her heart was aching. She heard James's voice, every word. Every word tore her heart apart. She raised her hand and covered her mouth to keep from sobbing. She cannot open the door. If I saw James now, she was afraid she wouldn't be able to control herself, and ran into his arms. Outside, the rain started to fall, mixed with the tears of two lovers, but cannot be together. After that rainy night, James and Diep seemed to enter two worlds, completely different. James no longer appeared before her. He threw himself into work, used work to fill the pain in the heart. But no matter how busy every night falls, every time I pass the road leading to her house, I feel my heart ache again. As for Diep, she also tried to continue her life, but her heart never stopped missing him. She kept telling herself that her decision to leave Jim was the right one, protecting him, but she feels more and more empty. One day, James accidentally overheard the conversation between his father and his personal secretary. That girl has let go. He understood that he had no place in this family. Anyway, it's good James will forget it. Heart pounding, then raw. Diep left him not because she stopped loving him, but because she was forced. He clenched his fists, his eyes flashed with anger. Do you think sacrificing yourself is the best way, Diep? I think you will be happy without me. Without hesitation, James immediately drove to Diep's house. When he saw her sitting alone on the porch, sad eyes looking into the distance, his heart ached. James walked over and said nothing, just standing in front of her. Diep looked up in surprise when she saw him. She quickly turned away, but James quickly grabbed her hand. Do you think that being away from me is the best way? His voice was hoarse with emotion. I thought you would accept me leaving, just because of what your father said. Diep bit her lip, tears welling up in her eyes. I don't want you to suffer because of me. I don't want you to face your family. James squeezed her hand. I'd rather lose everything than lose you. I will not let anyone decide our fate beyond ourselves. Tears rolled down Diep's cheeks. First time in days, she felt her heart was freed from invisible chains. I never stopped loving you, she choked. James did not hesitate to pull her into his arms, held her tightly as if afraid she would disappear again. James took to Diep to meet his father. Standing before that powerful man, he said in a firm voice, "Father and son respect each other. But I will not let you decide my love life. If Father cannot accept Diep, I am also ready to leave this family." Father James was angry, but also surprised by the son's toughness. He had never seen James so determined. After a moment of silence, he sighed. "Okay, if you can prove that, I will be happy with that girl. I will not stop anymore." James smiled and shook to Diep's hand. "We can do it." And love triumphed fate. To Diep looked up and groaned, her heart filled with happiness. She knows that the road ahead is full of thorns, but just need to have you by my side. She is not afraid of anything anymore. They chose to fight instead of letting fate decide. And in the end, their love won.